Hi guys, welcome to the next tutorial on Python. In the previous video I gave you an introduction to Python. So today we are going to learn what we need in order to start coding Python. So as you can see, I'm in the home page of the Python, the main page, and here we need to download Python. So to start writing your code in Python, you definitely need to download the latest Python version. So depending on the OS that you're using, here you can see you can download for Windows or Linux or Mac, whatever you're using. So if you're using Windows, you just download the latest, which is this 3.10.5. So when you click on download button, you can see I have the option of now downloading it. So you just need to do this and install it in your computer. So after you've installed it, the next thing you'll need to do is to download a text editor. And as I said before, it totally depends with what you prefer. For me, I prefer the VS Code. So again, you'll just search online download Visual Studio Code, and you can see again you can download for whatever operating system that you're using. So if you're using Windows, like me, I'm using Windows, you can just download for Windows. If you're using Ubuntu or Mac, you can download the one that's specific to your operating system. So the next thing is when you've downloaded, when you search for it, you should be able to see. For example, if I search Python, you can see I have Python version 3.10. So whatever version you've downloaded, you'll be able to see here, and I can open it. So this is my Python 3.10. The same case to VS Code. This is my VS Code, which I have already downloaded. So installing is very easy. You just follow the instructions, really. So the thing is, after you've downloaded your Python, you should have it, you should specify your Python in the system environment variable so that you can be able to write your code either in the text editor or in your command prompt. So what I'm saying is, when you go to your system path environment variables, this is something you have to ensure you do. Failure to do that means you can't use Python on your command prompt. So if we go to the under system properties, we go to environment variables. So under our system variables, when you search for path, so assuming you already haven't done that, you haven't specified the path to your Python here, so this is what you're going to do. You're going to select the path variable and edit. So as you can see, for me, I have the Python 3.9 and 3.10 specified here. So assuming you haven't done this on any of your Python installed in your system, you need to. So if I go to my command prompt, so here if I type Python, as you can see, it's telling me that I have Python 3.10.2, and now from here, when you see these three arrows, it means whatever I'm writing from here will be in Python. For example, I can say I can write a print statement. For example, hello, and you'll see have printed hello. So if you don't specify your Python path under the system variables, you won't be able to do this, so ensure you do that. So when you've downloaded your Python and your VS Code, in VS we have an option of adding extension, so that whenever you're writing your code, the editor can understand that you're writing Python and it can highlight for you your errors. So we can open a new file. As you can see, it's asking me which kind of file do I want to. So in this case, I want to open up empty Python file. Since I've specified that it's an empty Python file, you can see down here that it's specifying that I'm using Python. And in VS Code there is an option of adding extension. So for me, currently already I've installed the Python extension. So if I write any Python, so in case I write something that's wrong, it will be able to highlight the errors for me. Like you can see now, I've written a string without putting the double quotes or single quotes, and you can see there is an error, things like that. So the first thing you need to do when you've installed VS Code is install the Python extension. So there is a tool for extensions, one of this one. So here you can search for any extension, for example. So down here you can see install. These are the extensions that I've already installed, and you can see I have Pylance and Python. And if you want to connect your coding to your Git repository, you can install GitLens. It's good for version control systems. So in this case, you will search for Python extension. So you just click on it. So in case I had not installed it, it would have the icon for install, but I've already installed Python, so it's good to have it installed because it's going to guide you in your coding, since you're going to write your code in Python. With time, VS will be telling you, will be recommending extensions for you to install. So you'll just be assessing it and see if you need it. If it makes your work easier, it's good to install it. So basically this tutorial is to guide you on what you need before we start writing now the code itself. So once you have the Python installed, you have your VS set, you are ready to go. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and see you in the next video.